Here's a conservation success story you won't be seeing on the BBC. Why? Because the hero of the story is a gamekeeper. Tony Lowry is saving rare stone curlews on a shooting estate near Andover in Hampshire, where he works as the keeper.
They look almost like a bit prehistoric, to be honest. They're a strange-looking bird. They've got big yellow piercing eyes. They're migratory birds. They come in about March time every year and lay a couple of clutches of eggs and go off in October back to Africa, where they're reasonably common. It's just in the UK they're not that common. And we do our best to try and protect them by keeping a balance, in other words, trying to keep the predators down to an acceptable level so they're not being predated. Because if you don't, the eggs will just disappear. Even though the stone curlews are pretty good parents, they're not going to fight off a fox or a buzzard or a crow. And when there's agricultural work going on the ground, we do our best to make sure they're safe. If the ground's being drilled or rolled or sprayed or anything, we just lift the chicks or lift the eggs out of the way while the machine goes over, then put them back down again. If we don't protect them, help protect them, then they're going to die out in this country. There's not only stone curlews, there's everything else here. It's a pretty special part of the country. I spend a lot of my time building bird boxes for all sorts. Little owls, kestrels, barn owls, tawny owls, blue tits. I even put rotted timber up for willow tits because we have those here as well. So, it's all about doing those sort of things. It's not just about the game birds, although it is why I'm employed.
There are plenty more examples of shooters and gamekeepers doing vital work to save wildlife. Igor Timmermans sent us this drone footage, showing how he saves roe deer fawns that are about to get run over by a forage harvester. The tiny fawn is virtually invisible, even from the air, but it's revealed by the drone's thermal camera, allowing Igor to move in and take it safely out of the way. Once the harvester is finished, he releases the fawn, which he says is quickly reunited with its mother in 100% of cases. He saves between 10 and 15 fawns this way every year, and the local farmers now call him whenever they're planning to cut their grass fields. In Suffolk, farmer and shooter Denny looks after the turtle doves that nest on his ground.
My grandfather, when I was a small lad, used to take me out in the yard. He said, "The doves are home, boy. Go and get some rolled barley," which we used to feed to the cattle, and feed them. Now, a lot of the small farms have gone by the by. There isn't many people throwing free food about. There isn't everybody with chickens in the garden that haven't got a net over the top of them, whereas they used to, years ago, be open and they used to feed the turtle doves, and that's all gone. There might be people with bird feeders that have now got a few of them, but the habitat that they need for nesting has dwindled, and it seems to concentrate them a little bit. And so we, as a farm, because we've got them, we feed them, look after them, and we protect them from nest predation as well, taking some of the predators out, taking the squirrels and some of the magpies out that would damage their numbers.
Meanwhile, back in Hampshire, Tony Lowry is excited that he's just spotted not one but 2 stone curlew chicks, looking strong and healthy and close to fledging.
But even the man from the RSPB, the volunteer that comes out and monitors them, he's not seen 2 chicks. But what we're seeing today is new to me, and it looks like there were 2 chicks.
He wonders whether it's time gamekeepers rebranded themselves to shake off the old stereotypes.
I know, I think it's an old-fashioned word, and when I suggest else, maybe a different job title on social media and stuff, so I get shot down in flames a lot. But some people, it's a good idea. Perhaps we should have, a different title, because gamekeeper, if you don't know gamekeeping, sums up a sort of Seth Armstrong type thing in people's minds, and those old enough to remember Seth Armstrong. I think maybe there should be a change in title. Yes, we are keepers of game, but also, for want of a better word, and everybody says it, custodian in the countryside and things like that, so wildlife ranger maybe, will be a better title. Yeah, it's a difficult one.